We are tracking severe storms this morning as they make their way into St. Louis.
And remembering the victims of a tragic crash, how loved ones are honoring the lives of a mother and her two daughters just days after the deadly accident.
Cherishing those who fought for our country. We'll lay out all the ceremonies happening in the bi-state this Memorial Day. Today in St. Louis, Weekend Edition starts right now.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
All right, good morning, St. Louis. Right now, you are getting a live look at the Gateway Arch in downtown St. Louis. And we can see the clouds out there, and everything is looking pretty clear right now, but it's going to get pretty dicey here in just a little bit. But first of all, good morning to you. It is Sunday, May 26th. I'm Travis Cummings.
And I'm Mercedes McKay. Thanks so much for joining us. We are waking up in a storm alert this morning. So meteorologist Tracy Hansen has been tracking severe storms all night long. Tracy, you've been here since 2 a.m. We have Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell in the Weather Center as well. Yeah. What's it looking like?
Yeah, so it's a very interesting day of development so far. You know, we've been watching two fronts in particular as they start to come through. The first area here is this warm front. And with this does have a few severe thunderstorm warnings in it. Our main concern right now is very strong wind gusts, and this is in some very popular areas for camping. I'll go ahead and pause this. I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer here so we can get a closer look in at this storm. You can see here we do have, and I'll take off the radar just for a minute because it is kind of hard to see, but we do have that severe thunderstorm warning that currently covers parts of Reynolds and Iron counties. With this, I do expect these storms to continue to track sort of to the northeast a bit. So let's go ahead and track that out. A little bit of a line here to see who's up next here. So Ironton in about 10 minutes, Potosi in about 20, Farmington by about 6:30, and then Perryville by about 7:01, and that's Perryville, Illinois there for you. Now, as I bring this back and show you, put it back into motion here, this storm is also going to be putting on quite the light show out there for everybody who is down further in these counties. Let me go ahead and show you how much lightning we're talking about here in just a little small area. We've got quite a bit of lightning within these storms. Lightning is also an indicator of strength of storms, so it shows you just how powerful and how much energy they have within them. Right now, in just that small little square down towards the bottom of our state here, we have almost 2,000 strikes of lightning. Now, coming up in a few minutes, what I'll do is I'll track out this storm and show you what else we can expect through the rest of our day, because we are tracking a potential for wave 2 here that would come in the evening. Scott is planning to stay for that and work with Gary on that storm system, and that one does look like it'll have quite the potential for some tornadoes later today.
Okay, Tracy, thank you for that first look. And Tracy and our entire Weather First team will continue tracking these storms throughout the day. For updates on when and where severe weather could hit, download the free 5 on Your Side app or just text the word weather to 314-425-5355. And new this morning, one man is dead and another is in the hospital after an overnight shooting in downtown St. Louis. This is a look at that scene just a couple of hours ago. It happened around 3:30 this morning at the intersection of Lucas Avenue and North 15th Street. That's near the City Museum and the Europe nightclub. Our newsroom is working right now to learn more about the victims there and what led up to that shooting. And this morning, we're learning more about the victims of a deadly crash in South St. Louis County.
A mother and her two daughters were killed Friday morning after crashing into a truck. It happened on the first day of the girls' summer break.
Yeah, this morning, our Annie Crawl shows us the memorial honoring their lives.
Love you, girls. Saturday afternoon, family and friends gathered at Lee May Park for a balloon release to remember two young girls and their mother. Michelle Yeager and her daughters, Natalie and Kenzie Brooks, died Friday morning in South St. Louis County on Interstate 270. According to Corporal Dallas Thompson with the Missouri State Highway Patrol, a truck driver pulled over near the I-55 ramp because he thought his load was coming loose. As soon as he pulled over, a 1998 FMC Yukon driven by Yeager struck the truck from behind. The truck driver got out and helped pull out one of the girls after the SUV caught fire, said Thompson. He was unable to get Yeager and the other girl out. Michelle and 7-year-old Kenzie died at the scene. 10-year-old Natalie was rushed to the hospital, but she died from her injuries shortly after. The Hancock Place School District confirmed in a letter to families that the girls were students at Hancock Place Elementary School. The school superintendent, Dr. Kevin Carl, told us in a statement that it's been a shock to everyone in our school community. Our hearts and prayers extend to the family during this difficult time. Annie Krall, 5 on your side.
Heartbreaking story there. In a letter to families, the Hancock Place School District said crisis counselors would still be available at the elementary school beginning next Tuesday for people who need help processing this tragedy. Michelle worked at the pediatric dentistry of Sunset Hills, Wentzville, and Arnold, where coworkers say she was beloved.
In developing right now, we're working to learn more about a shooting that put 2 teenagers in the hospital. It happened here in the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood at the intersection of Glasgow Avenue and Gamble Street. Police say around 1:40 yesterday afternoon, a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old were shot in the stomach and the leg, respectively. We know they were conscious and breathing when they arrived at the hospital. There's no word on a suspect yet, and we'll update you as soon as we know more.
This morning, a house along West Page Boulevard is destroyed after a raging 2-story fire. The St. Louis Fire Department says it first sparked around 5:30 yesterday evening. The house had to be evacuated and the fire quickly spread to the building next door. We don't know if anybody was hurt, but we do know EMS crews were not needed at the scene. Right now, the future is still uncertain for 3 St. Charles County libraries.
Yeah, we've been keeping tabs on this. This morning, city leaders and residents are fighting back against calls to close them down. Now, last week, the county's Board of Trustees says the reason for considering the closures is revenue loss. Both O'Fallon and Wentzville passed unanimous resolutions against the closures. The mayor of Wentzville says closing these libraries would be a big mistake.
There's a lot of history, and our future needs it. Our kids need this. They need the education. They need the option to go in libraries and do some research and, and read some books.
It makes a huge difference when I'm teaching my kids to read as well, to be able to have a physical book to read and be able to borrow books from the library. I could never have that many books on my shelves at home.
The board will make their final decision on closing these branches next month. Depending on the decision, the libraries could be shuttered as early as June 30th.